Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q4 FY23 results conference call of AVRO India Limited, hosted by Kiran Advisors Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Supriya Madhye from Kiran Advisors Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and I welcome you all to the fourth conference call of AVRO India Limited on behalf of Kiran Advisors. We have on the management side Mr. Sushil Kumar Agarwal, Chairman of the company. For opening remarks, I hand over the call to Mr. Sushil Kumar, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Supriya, and a very good morning to all of you. And thanks for hosting this conference call. I welcome you all on the fourth quarter FY23 conference call. AVRO India Limited, one of the largest manufacturers of quality plastic molded furniture in North India, and we are amongst the top 5 brands in the country, is pleased to share its achievements and future prospects with you today. Our product portfolio includes a wide range of household and office molded furniture, tables, stools, and steel almirahs. Our commitment to quality, durability, and long-term warranty service has earned us a strong reputation in the market. We take pride in offering our furniture under 2 established brand names, namely AVRO and A1. Despite a challenging demand outlook, I'm delighted to share that AVRO India Limited has performed exceptionally well, reporting a 26.29% growth in revenues in FY23 over 22. This commendable achievement is a testament of our resilience, strategic investments, and focus on cost control. One of our key investments has been the backward integration through the establishment of plastic upcycling unit. This venture has played a pivotal role in driving profitability by effectively managing costs. Our recycling plant, located in Ghaziabad, commenced operations on December 22nd, 2022, with a capacity of 300 metric tons per month. The pallets manufactured from this plant are utilized in our production processes, significantly reducing costs. Now let's discuss the outlook for the plastic furniture industry. The global market size for plastic furniture was valued at about $13.61 billion in 2021 and is projected to reach $23.20 by 2030, growing at the rate of CAGR 6% during the period 2021 to 2030. Plastic furniture offers several advantages, including superior quality, cost effectiveness, and a wide range of styles, colors, and designs that complement various decors. Furthermore, plastic furniture is flexible, durable, and corrosion resistant, outperforming rigid options like metal and wooden furniture that often distort or rupture quickly. At AVRO India Limited, we have been actively embracing the use of recycled plastic in our production processes, enabling us to further control costs while contributing to the sustainability. The demand for recycled plastic is rapidly increasing due to growing awareness about recycling, government policies mandating the use of recycled plastic by manufacturers, and the ability to maintain product quality even when we reuse plastic after recycling. The global recycled plastic market is projected to reach $66 billion by 2027, growing at a CAGR of 4.3%. As part of sustainable initiatives, we initially started our recycling plant with a capacity of 300 metric tons per month, and we are in the process of raising capacity every quarter and raise it up to 1,000 metric tons per month by FY24. Looking ahead, we plan to expand our recycling capacity to approximately 2,500 metric tons per month over the next 2 years, demonstrating our commitment to sustainable practices for self-consumption and domestic sales while earning EPR credits, that is Extended Producer Responsibility credits. In addition to our focus on sustainability, we are equally investing in our plastic furniture business by introducing new molds to diversify our product range and cater to evolving customer preferences. Currently, we have more than 150 SKUs and adding more as per the consumer choices and preferences. This approach has allowed us to tap into the new markets and extend their revenues while maintaining our commitment to quality and durability. We have added a couple of more states in eastern and southern states, India, to our basket. Now let's briefly touch upon the few important aspects of our operations. We are actively working on optimizing our working capital cycle to enhance liquidity and operational efficiency. Our focus on capacity utilization remains robust, allowing us to maximize productivity while upholding quality standards. Moreover, we have been actively expanding our presence in both online and offline sales channels to adapt to changing consumer behavior and reach a wider customer base. For the full year FY23, our total income amounted to rupees 82.34 crores, showcasing consistent growth throughout the year. Our EBITDA for the fiscal year reached 8.61 crore, demonstrating our ability to effectively manage costs while driving business growth. The EBITDA margin for FY23 was 10.5%, reflecting our commitment to operational efficiency. Our PAT, profit after tax, for the fiscal year stood at 4.16 crore, demonstrating our ability to generate sustainable profits. The net profit margin for FY23 was 5.05%, indicating our focus on profitability. The earning per share for the fiscal year amounted to rupees 4.12. These strong financial results demonstrate the robustness of our business model and the effectiveness of our strategy. We are committed to sustaining this positive financial performance and delivering long-term value to our stakeholders. Before we proceed to the Q&A session, I'd like to express my gratitude to all our stakeholders for their unwavering support and belief in AVRO India Limited. Your trust has been instrumental in our growth journey, and we remain committed to creating sustainable advantages to all our stakeholders. Now let's open the floor for question and discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, if you wish to ask a question, you may please press star and 1. The first question is from the line of Himani Ubham from Suraj Enterprises. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, Himani.
Hi.
Good morning.
So my question is, can you please give us bifurcation for online and offline sales of plastic furniture?
Yeah, surely. Right now, I don't have data in front of me. Supriya, can you just, because that is available in the investor presentation, can you just quickly check and let me know, please, online and offline? But Himani, what I know is that we have completed about 36,000 orders or so from Flipkart, Amazon, Jio, Meesho, etc. We also operate out of hyper markets like, Metro, Spar, and Lots and such kind of thing. So what I will certainly be able to give right away in a second. I'll just take it from her, no problem. You have any other questions, Himani?
Yeah. Is any new product introduced in furniture portfolio?
Oh, yeah, of course. Himani, what we do is, because there's an ever-evolving chip of the consumer preferences and choices. And, for past 2 decades or so that I've been in existence, we ensure that we deliver the best. Let's say all these SKUs that we have today currently are up and running. And the best part of that is that, we are able to sell it in Srinagar or Bhubaneswar, Bhopal, Bangalore or Bhuj or any territory, any geography for that matter. So what happens is, because we get lots of requests depending upon the demography and geography of the country and, taste and the behavior of the people. So what we do is we collect information and we do a lot of R&D and our own homework, and globally also we check and process. So now currently while I'm talking to you, besides whatever SKU, more than 150 SKUs that we have, we're also adding more than 15, 20 SKUs right now in the next 2 months or so. And this is not ending. We'll continue to evolve. And whatever, probably if those products which are obsolete, we'll remove from our system and we keep on adding depending on taste and palates and needs of the consumer. So we are continuously doing that, Himani.
Okay. Okay. And sir, what would you classify as your competitive strength?
I think branding is the biggest strength that my competitors have. One single word, branding. Because, Himani, incidentally, I am the only company in the entire country to offer 3-year guarantee on couple of our products. And they are so rough that for 2-3 decades, I'm saying 2-3 decades, not 2 years, you can keep it outdoor in all weather conditions and still they will not break. Only thing that will happen is probably the color will wear off and all that. But what happens, Himani, because there are top-notch brands like Supreme, Nilkamal, Fellow, they have a greater recall value. They become generic into the industry, like Colgate. So that's how whenever consumer walks in, the preference is always to ask for those products. So I think branding is one such thing, that probably we lack at this point of time. But over a period of time, we are doing a lot of BTL activities, not the ATL. ATL goes into the prints and TVs and so on and so forth, but we don't have such deep pockets. So in BTL activity, we give them whatever necessary, and beyond that, we give them affordable products. Let's say my products are at least 40 than these large brands that I said, these are not top national brands, and they're all visible on Amazon or Flipkart. You could cross-check, 101 right away live, while, the moment the session is over. So I think that is one thing that, as you asked for this question.
Okay. And sir, can you quantify savings due to use of recycled plastic?
Savings?
Yeah.
Yeah, Himani, what is happening is we have been using recycled plastic for quite some time, but that we were actually bought out. And while we were buying out, that is all post-industrial recycled plastic, and the markup was very negligible. So we were facing the heat of it. But now, since we started doing this post-consumer, not post-industrial. Post-industrial is, some factories throwing out its trims and so on and so forth. But post-consumer is like you use your milk pouches or you use your cement bags and calcium bags and so on and so forth that you dispose it off with the dustbin. And that kind of product normally, invariably, is available practically, actually speaking, for free of cost. But, there's a supply chain mechanism system that works. So invariably, we get that at a dirt cheap price. But it also takes a certain amount of process system for us to actually, ensure that, it falls into the category where it becomes usable. So at this point of time, when we started this commercial production and we are scaling it up, we have been having some small difficulties in terms of, let's say, sort of optimizing the entire process system. But I believe that going forward, in the next 2 quarters or so, I believe that we should be having more than 20% saving in the cost of raw material itself. That will be a huge, let's assume that if the top line remains a little muted, but the bottom line, the cash flow generation will grow just because, this raw material input will certainly be able to help us out. And we can consume as much as about 60 to 70% of our entire consumption of this recycled plastic.
Okay. Got it. And sir, what is your current recycling plant? Are you looking forward to expand the same?
Yeah, Himani, I did mention that. Himani, incidentally, I've been meeting a lot of people. I think today the buzzword around the world is, recycling, upcycling, reuse, reuse, reduce, and recycle. Okay? So I think what we're trying to do is we are at the right place in the right time, fortunately, and first mover advantage. And I'd like to also say and inform everybody that we are the only integrated process company which is manufacturing plastic furniture from post-consumer plastic to the final product on a B2B model with a distribution base of more than 250 odd distributors, more than 30,000 retailers spread across 20 states. We are also doing it on Flipkart and Amazon and so forth. So B2B, B2C, both we are doing. So I believe that over a period of time, our own consumption at this point of time is about 8,000 metric tons per annum, self-consumption of the plastic furniture granules. So up to 8,000 tons, even if we have to consume 70%, 5,000-6,000 tons, we'll consume. So right now, what we said was that 300 metric tons be added. That is a very small quantity. So what we're trying to do is, as and when the process is getting optimized, we are going on adding machine after machine. So that every month, every quarter, we go on adding. And I believe that by this year and FY24, we should be able to touch almost about 1,000 metric tons per month production, of which at least about, I believe more than 500 to 600 metric tons we'll be able to self-consume or more than that. And that we can offload to other players in the market who are actually looking for such kind of process. So we are in the process, and it is not ending there, Himani. What is happening is, let's say I've been in conversation across countries, and you'll be surprised and shocked that there's more than 6 million, 60 lakh ton plastic is deployed into rivers, oceans, drains, shores, animals, and all of that. And it's a sad story. And there aren't people who actually convert and upcycle it to manufacturing products. What is happening is I probably put it in dumps, or they create heaps and so on and so forth. It's a sad story. So we have taken this leap, and whatever capacity that I'm talking about is so minuscule that people might think it's a pilot project. So we are in the process where, with the help of, let's say, some financial experts to deploy certain capital to bring capabilities and do that, then we should be able to set up a huge humongous plant in one location and then go on adding more locations wherever necessary, because we understand the whole process system, and we also know the end consumer. We know the buyer, we know the users, like people profile like you, and we also know the end consumers who will actually use it for product consumption. So since we know the entire process, and we also know the extrusion technology pretty well, because in the injection and extrusion, we do both the process. We do extrusion, then we do injection. But this is only extrusion process. It's a very simple process, and we can do that very effectively in a scientific manner. So we are in the process, probably, if in case we can probably get some kind of, let's say, help and assistance and guidance, etc., we should be able to scale it to a huge, massive quantity. I will not be able to put numbers, but I think, if I'm saying 1,000 tons, you multiply that into number of times, you can produce that amount of quantity, and the metal is available.
Okay. And so what would be a required capital funding?
Yeah, Himani, more the merrier. The moment we keep on expanding, so for every 200 tons, we require a set of machine which costs about 1 crore rupees or so. So let's assume that, we want to raise every month 200 tons, so crore and a half, we go on investing. So let's assume we want to raise it to about, 5,000 tons. So you'll require about, let's say, 20-25 sets of machines of this kind. So that's how the 25 set of machines, which means 30, 40 crore rupees kind of investment. So we can go up to 5,000 tons also. It depends. Let's say there are two set of things. One, investor investing into the company, it should be whatever instrument, I don't know, I'm not thought about it. But then, other way around, internal accrual happening. So in both the way, and probably certain that we are very low on the debt, the long-term debt is less than 2 point something crore, out of that actually machine loan is only 1.75 crores or so. So we believe that we can leverage wherever necessary and possible to ensure, as and when, we continue to evolve and optimize our process system, then we should be able to lay our hands and expand our capacity ASAP. We are in the process.
Okay. And so my last question is everything consumed internally or sold outside for recycling?
Himani, at this point of time, with our consumption of 700-800 metric tons that we're doing at this point of time per month right now, our consumption is, out of which 300 metric tons is nothing. And sometimes we are not able to even produce 300 metric tons because of certain optimization processes. Because, when there is a process, then there are hiccups, there are challenges, and sometimes we are actually caught unaware. But then, whatever we are producing, 100%, it's actually getting consumed in our factory itself. And we believe that in the next at least 6-8 months, we will not have material to give it to the outsiders. But one good thing that we can do, Himani, which I mentioned somewhere regarding EPR. EPR is something I want to literally elaborate. This is a very interesting thing. It's like carbon credit, which is an extended producer responsibility. So all brand owners, which could be HLL, ITC, or anybody for that matter, anybody using packaging, and these people use packaging, they lay chips and, milk pouches, Amul, etc., etc. So all the brand owners and producers of those films or those products compulsorily will have to take an extended producer responsibility license from the Plastic Waste Management 2016 Act by Government of India, and in that they are compelled to actually buy 70% of recycled plastic to use it in their own processes. But because they cannot use it, so that is how they pay a penalty of going from 2 rupees to 5 rupees to 20 rupees kg, depending upon whatever they have to go through the process. So right now when I'm talking to you, we haven't even thought about monetizing that EPR credit. We believe that over a period of time, as we stabilize our production capacity and other things, we are in the process of discussion with large corporates who are, let's say, industry companies in the country who are talking to us to take that EPR credit, because let's say if I have to produce 20,000-30,000 tons of plastic, and let's say even if I get 2 rupees, it will give me 4 crore rupees of additional advantage per annum. On the EPR credit itself, I have to just show that I purchased this, I produced this, and I consumed it myself, or I consumed it through these people, and that document itself is valid enough for them to get that credit and showcase it to the Government of India. So this is some kind of a silver lining, we hope, and we see that it will happen to us, it will come to us, and we are over a period of time. As we evolve, we will continue to add value to the company for whatever reason we have.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your value.
Thank you. Thank you, Himani. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Vishnu Bharadwaj from Navbharat. Please go ahead.
हेलो अग्रवाल जी।
नमस्कार विष्णु जी।
हाँ नमस्कार अग्रवाल जी। आपका एनुअल रिजल्ट तो बड़ा ठीक अच्छा है, लेकिन क्वार्टर आपका ये ऐसा कैसे होगा रिजल्ट? हो जाता है। क्या होता है, तो ये क्वार्टर, ये तो जबकि मतलब फोर्थ क्वार्टर रिजल्ट है, फोर्थ क्वार्टर में तो आपका रिजल्ट सीजन अच्छा रहता है आई थिंक। और आपने रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट भी स्टार्ट कर दिया दिसंबर में, उसके बाद तो प्रॉफिट बढ़ना चाहिए था। आप बोल रहे थे कि 20% मार्जिन तो उसी में आ रहा है। ये क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर तो ग्रोथ दोनों जगह नहीं हो रहा है। अच्छा कैसे?
मैंने विष्णु जी बात बताई थी। ग्रोथ तो चलो ठीक है, टॉप लाइन में तो नहीं हुआ, हाँ बॉटम में थोड़ा बहुत हुआ है। आप पिछले साल से कंपेयर करेंगे तो उसके लिए बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको। ओके, तो क्या है कि मैंने जैसे बताया कि हमने जब दिसंबर में शुरुआत की ना, इट दिसंबर एंड इटसेल्फ, जनवरी फरवरी मार्च में स्टेबिलिटी में टाइम लग गया थोड़ा सा। एक्चुअली वी कुड नॉट एक्चुअली प्रोड्यूस द वे वी वांटेड टू डू इट, तो हमारे को उसका ना बहुत बड़ा बेनिफिट मिल नहीं पाया ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग। जैसे कहते हैं कि नेट से आपने कॉस्टिंग लगानी थी कि 50 रुपये मेरी कॉस्ट आएगी और आ गई 70 रुपये कॉस्ट आपकी, आप प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन उसका बेनिफिट ड्राइव नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। तो इस प्रकार का चैलेंज आया हमारे सामने, बट हम इसकी स्टेबिलिटी की तरफ बढ़ गए हैं। एंड आई एम श्योर, क्योंकि क्या ना, इट्स लाइक सेइंग कि बुलेट ट्रेन में चढ़ गए हैं तो एक्सेलरेशन पकड़ रहा है, और जब वो स्पीड में पकड़ेगा तो इतनी की स्पीड पकड़ेगा कि हमें बोलने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, अपने आप रिफ्लेक्ट करना शुरू कर देगा। तो समटाइम क्या होता है ना, मैन प्रपोजेस गॉड डिस्पोजेस। हमने सोचा ऐसे, लेकिन ऐसा हुआ नहीं। कभी कभी पता लगा कि लेबर चलेगी, कभी पता लगा हमारी इंपोर्टेंट मशीन आई थी चाइना से, वो मशीन का कुछ सम ब्रेकडाउन आ गया, जो उसका पार्ट ही नहीं मिल, सर फेडेक्स से इसको फ्लाई करना पड़ा, सब कुछ करना पड़ा, पता नहीं क्या क्या करना पड़ता है। समटाइम इट्स सच ए ट्रिकी थिंग। मतलब विष्णु जी, कभी कभी पता है ऐसा अजीब लगता है, इतना पैसा डिप्लॉय कर रखा है, करोड़ रुपए की इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दी है, और उसके बावजूद लेकिन रिटर्न नहीं आवे, रिजल्ट नहीं आवे, तो इंसान को लगता है क्या फ्रस्ट्रेशन हो रही है, व्हाई द हेल इट इज हैपनिंग। बट आई थिंक बिकॉज इट्स पार्ट ऑफ द लाइफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में। तो क्या होता है, और क्या हुआ लास्ट ईयर ना, जो पूरे देश के अंदर कंज्यूमर स्पेंडिंग थी वो थोड़ी म्यूटेड थी। आज आपने देखा होगा इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स के अंदर ये भी आया कि जीडीपी जो है लास्ट क्वार्टर में 5.1% ही ग्रोथ करी है। क्या हुआ कि एक्सपेक्टेशन थी कि सीजन के टाइम में बिजनेस पिकअप, जैसे आज मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, मई के अंदर बात कर रहा हूँ, एक्चुअली दिस इज सपोज टू बी अप्रैल मई जून इज सपोज टू बी पीक सीजन फॉर अस, बट स्टिल इट इज नॉट अ पीक सीजन। इट्स लाइक 70% का वो ऑफटेक फीलिंग आ रही है जो 150% होनी चाहिए थी। तो मार्केट में क्या है, थोड़ा सा कहना कि म्यूटेड है। इसलिए हम लोगों ने क्या करना शुरू कर दिया, अभी स्टार्टेड एक्सपेंडिंग आवरसेल्फ ज्योग्राफिकली, बिकॉज हम जो इस समय बना रहे हैं माल, वो हमारी कैपेसिटी, हमारे पास उससे ज़्यादा कैपेसिटी है बनाने की। तो नेचुरली हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपनी ज्योग्राफी एक्सपैंड कर लेंगे, तो और डेमोग्राफी के हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट है ही। फिर सबसे ज़्यादा इंटीग्रेटेड प्रोसेस सिस्टम होने से रिसाइकलिंग का बेनिफिट मिल जाएगा। तो आज जैसे मैंने ये बात की थी, हिमानी से मैं बात कर रहा था, मैंने कहा कि इट माइट टेक अनदर 2 quarters फॉर अस टू रियली गेट इनटू दैट मोड वेयर वी बिकम यस नाउ वी आर स्टेबलाइज्ड, वी आर सस्टेनिंग, वी आर ग्रोइंग एंड वी आर एक्सपैंडिंग वेरी फास्ट। तो थोड़ा सा वक्त लगेगा
नहीं, मतलब इसमें मतलब प्रॉफिट जो डाउन हुआ ये मतलब ठीक है, टॉप लाइन तो हुआ, तो बॉटम लाइन में आपका जो कि रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट में आपने बोला 20% मार्जिन तो उसी का ही आना चाहिए था, उसके ऐड हो गया तो प्लस में आना चाहिए था।
नहीं, मैंने आपको बताया ना, मैंने आपको ये कहा कि जो मार्जिन आना चाहिए था उसकी कॉस्टिंग जो हमारी बाई कर रहे थे उससे ज्यादा आ गई। क्यों आ गई? क्योंकि प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस में हम उतना उसको बिल्डअप नहीं कर पाए, तो उसके कारण चैलेंज आ गया, तो नेचुरली उसका बेनिफिट नहीं मिला। इसके अलावा क्या हुआ कि लास्ट क्वार्टर, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, लास्ट क्वार्टर एक्चुअली पूरे देश में, मुझे नहीं पता, कुछ ग्लोबल पिक्चर थी, ऐसा लग रहा था जैसे माल उठाने वाला कोई है नहीं, सब शांति से बैठे हैं, लोग ले नहीं रहे हैं, तो डीप डिस्काउंट देने पड़ते हैं, बहुत सारे काम करने पड़ते हैं, क्योंकि आज की डेट में प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी है, सैलरी पे आउट है, इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट है, फिक्स कॉस्ट वगैरह है, तो इंसान सोचता भैया कैसे भी रिकवर तो करनी है, चलो ये दे दो, डिस्काउंट दे दो, वो दे दो, ये दे दो। तो क्या वो लॉट ऑफ अर्निंग हैपन ड्यू टू दैट।
ये क्वार्टर में जनरली बाकी भी कंपनी
नहीं, इसके अलावा और एक इंटरेस्टिंग बात बताता हूँ आपको। जैसे हम लोगों ने प्लान सेट किया, तो रीसाइकिल प्लांट के सेट करने जो प्रिलिमिनरी प्री ऑपरेटिव एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, तो रिपेयर मेंटेनेंस कुछ ऐसे खर्चे आते हैं, तो उसको हमने बुक कर दिया। ओके, जो लेटर में कैपिटल
का जो रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट अभी फुल फ्लेज स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ क्या एक तरह से?
नहीं, फुल फ्लेज स्टार्ट हो गया है, लेकिन उसकी ना ऑप्टिमाइजेशन में अभी पेंडिंग है, अभी थोड़ा वक्त लग रहा है। आई बिलीव कि हम लोग इस क्वार्टर के एंड से पहले, जून से पहले, हम उसको ऑप्टिमाइज करके ठीक ठाक कर लेंगे। और उसके बाद में साथ साथ में मेरे पास प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी, आज जब मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, जैसे मैंने डिक्लेयर किया था 300 मेट्रिक टन तो हम बना रहे हैं, ये कैपेसिटी है मेरे पास। 300 मेट्रिक टन मेरे पास ज़्यादा कैपेसिटी है, लेकिन मैंने कहा
कितने मेट्रिक टन यूज हुआ कि नहीं हुआ अभी वाटर में?
ना हम तो करीब लास्ट में 228 मेट्रिक टन बना मेरे पास, 300 नहीं बन पाया, जबकि मेरे पास प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी ज़्यादा है, क्योंकि कभी मशीन का ब्रेकडाउन आ गया, कभी लेबर भाग गई, कभी कुछ चक्करबाजी पड़ गई। तो जब ऐसे चैलेंज आ रहे तो इंसान सोचने मजबूर होता है इसको कैसे टैकल किया जाए। और क्योंकि पोस्ट कंज्यूमर प्लास्टिक है, उसके डायनामिक्स बहुत अलग हैं, उसको क्या ना वॉशिंग सिस्टम है, उसका ड्राइंग सिस्टम है, उसका एक अलग टाइप की चीज़ है, वो हर आदमी नहीं कर सकता है काम। इस काम को करने के लिए ना
थोड़ा सा आइडिया होगा ही ना, ये तो आप इतने पुराने बिजनेस मैन है इस लाइन में।
ऐसा ना, मैंने कहा था जब ओपनिंग रिमार्क में उन्होंने कहा था कि हम पोस्ट इंडस्ट्रियल यूज करते थे, ये पहली बार है कि हमने पोस्ट कंज्यूमर का खुद का सेटअप हमने रिप्रोसेसिंग का लगाया है अपने अपसाइक्लिंग के लिए। यानी कि हम पहले नहीं ये काम नहीं करते थे हम लोग। जब हमने रियलाइज किया कि सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट के डिस्ट्रप्शन होने से जो पॉलीमर के प्राइसेस थे वो 80 रुपए से 150 जा रहे हैं, कभी 120 जा रहे हैं, एग्जैक्टली डाउन हुआ, बिल्कुल ठीक है, लेकिन डाउन होने का 95-96 की रेंज में अभी भी आ गया है। तो हमने रियलाइज किया कि जो वोलेटिलिटी आती है ये हमारे सिस्टम को डिस्टर्ब करती है, क्योंकि हमारे प्रॉफिट्स को भी निकाल देती है। तो हमने कहा भी एक काम करते हैं, पोस्ट कंज्यूमर प्लास्टिक में तो वोलेटिलिटी है ही नहीं ना, जो आप डंप कर देते हैं उसमें क्या वोलेटिलिटी आ रही है, उसमें तो सप्लाई चेन मैनेज एग्जैक्टली, और फिर टेकर्स है नहीं। आज जैसे आप अपने यहाँ कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट पे सीमेंट के बैग को डंप कर देते हैं, तो आपको सोचकर मैं करूँ क्या, मैं कोई उठा के ले जाए, मेरा मेरी हेडेक खत्म कर दे, तो हम उस हेडेक को खत्म कर रहे हैं। तो जब हम इस प्रोसेस को कर रहे हैं और साइंटिफिक तरीके से करना पड़ता है, आप समझ ही चलेगा कि आज उसके अंदर जितना कंटामिनेशन को रिमूव करके उसको ठीक करके प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस में लाना और विदाउट कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग द क्वालिटी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, वो हमारे लिए बहुत एसेंशियल है, ठीक है ना। क्योंकि आज अगर जो मैंने आपको घटिया प्रोडक्ट दे दिया तो सडनली रातों रात हम वैनिश हो जाएंगे मार्केट, वो तो फिर आपका मार्केट ही खराब हो जाएगा। हाँ, तो क्या है ना विष्णु जी, ये ना एक बड़ा बैलेंसिंग एक्ट है। ये पता कैसे, जैसे वो पोल के ऊपर वो,
ये बताइए जैसे रिसाइकलिंग प्लांट, चलो ठीक है, शुरुआत में आपको दिक्कत आई 2-3 महीने, तो अभी फिर ले जाओ राजे, आपने पहले कौन कौन ने कहा था कि 20% मार्जिन तो उसी में उनको आएगा और उससे हमारा बेटा और ये तक बॉटम लाइन बढ़ेगा। तो अभी 20% मार्जिन आएगा कि नहीं आएगा, कि वो ऐसे ही
अभी नहीं आया। अभी आया होता तो वो इमीडिएटली इफेक्ट होना शुरू हो जाता।
आगे इस क्वार्टर में जो करंट क्वार्टर है उसमें आने का चांस है कि नहीं? 20%
इसमें जाने का चांस नहीं है। मैं समझता हूँ कि सेकंड क्वार्टर ऑनवर्ड से आना शुरू हो जाएगा, क्योंकि जो ऑप्टिमाइजेशन चल रही है उसमें मार्केट को नजर आ रहा है, डिफरेंस नजर आ रहा है, कितना डिफरेंस आना चाहिए। लेकिन अगर जो ऑप्टिमाइजेशन नहीं होता है कि आपका प्रोसेस सिस्टम, इक्विपमेंट सब कुछ है, लेकिन आपकी आउटपुट और क्वालिटी या आपकी जो कॉस्ट आनी चाहिए वो ऑप्टिमाइज नहीं हो रही है, तो चैलेंज खड़ा हो जाता है कि हाँ चलो भी ठीक है, इसको मैनेज करना है। लेकिन हमारे सामने बिल्कुल क्लियर है, क्रिस्टल क्लियर है कि हाँ भी ये ऐसे से होगा, एंड वी नीड टू डू दैट, वी विल कंटिन्यू टू डू दैट। हम कर लेंगे इसको।
अच्छा, तो मतलब अभी इस बार अगले क्वार्टर से आप मतलब थोड़ा मानने की बेटा बढ़ेगा और बॉटम लाइन बढ़ेगा।
एब्सोल्युटली।
थैंक यू सर,
थैंक यू विष्णु जी, थैंक यू।
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepika Cheda from Cogent Research. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Hi Deepika.
Hi sir, good morning.
Good morning.
So you're talking about having a warehouse in South India. Can you please provide any update on it?
Well, I did not actually say that we are going to have a warehouse in South India. What I said was probably over a period of time, this recycling capacity that we're building up The moment we are able to spin it up and, we can showcase and we can demonstrate that we can aptly and ably do that, then in that case, we will definitely try to set up such kind of plants, multi-location, and we have scouting as one of the place that we can, including Western India and Eastern India also. And maybe Central India, 4-5 locations that we have identified. But one thing, of course, since you asked about warehouse, which I had not said, but I'm mentioning it to you now, that we have a plan because we are expanding our footprint across India, and Karnataka, we are already selling our material. We are also selling in Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Maharashtra also. So now we are touching AP, Telangana, Tamil Nadu we are selling a little bit, Kerala, etc. So we might set up a warehouse in Hyderabad or nearby area in southern India, so that we are able to serve that particular market reasonably well. Incidentally, lots of these online orders that we get are predominantly 60% of those orders actually come from southern India. So it gives us a lot of synergy in terms of the operational cost as well as availability of material across everywhere, and that should actually give me the benefit. So we're in the process of doing that.
Okay. And what is your marketing spend, I mean?
Marketing spend, Deepika, because we certainly want to do a lot of ATL activity, but it requires a certain deep pocket and consistency. So we do not want to sway, and we do not want to unnecessarily burn our money into area where probably we may not get that kind of return. So what we do is we offer, let's say, our distributors DTL in terms of the flex, watch clock, etc., T-shirts, and then conferences, tours, and so on and so forth, and pens and bags, etc., to please them and to and also beyond that, we also offer a beautiful packaging. In fact, in case if it is possible, and if at all you were just to buy, for a tenant purpose, you were to buy 1 or 2 items from online from Flipkart, Amazon, you will see the kind of packaging that we do. So what we try to do is we offer not only a good quality product, good packaging, and certain support morally also, plus a certain of benefit in terms of, let's say, secondary marketing where, our own people would go and ensure that the dealers are on board and so on and so forth. So we are in the process of that. And Himani had asked me about the biggest challenge. Today, if I could actually raise my brand awareness reasonably well, I can assure you, Deepika, that, we will be a product which can be beckoned upon, looked upon as one of the finest products in the country, offering 3 years guarantee, huge range, 40% cheaper than national brand. And in case if you were to check on online Flipkart, Amazon, you will see that we have one of the highest ranking and rating for our product. And that's a testimony to our product quality and range that we are offering.
Okay, great, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Miraj from Arihant Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for...
Hi, Miraj.
Hello, sir. Hello, how are you, sir?
Fine. Thank you, Miraj.
Thank you for taking my question. So, just wanted to understand something that's basic. Actually, I wasn't there from the start. Just wanted to understand, as you're saying that you've started with the recycled polymer also, and earlier you were using virgin polymer. So, just wanted to understand a couple of things like the pricing difference, volume, what we're doing currently, and the quality and the acceptance of the product, finished product. If you could just give me a brief on this.
Yeah. Let me give this. 30% of our consumption has been the virgin plastic. And 70% was recycled plastic, which were bought out from post-industrial consumer waste. Post-industrial waste. So that we will be getting at a reasonably higher price over a period of time, because what is happening is, due to the increase in the prices of virgin material, a lot of people shifted to recycled material. So that's how post-industrial recycled material prices went up, let's assume from 50 rupees kg to 70, 75 rupees kg or so. And virgin went up from 90 rupees to 130, 140 rupees or so. Now in today's time, when I'm talking to you today, I think Reliance would be 90 to 99 rupees PP rate plus excise duty plus GST. And recycle is about 70 rupees plus GST. But in that same context, at the same level, today, post-consumer plastic could be as low as 50 rupees per kg, including processing cost and everything put together. So that's how I was mentioning that, we believe that over a period of time we should get at least, the moment we scale up our operations in recycle, we should get at least 20% additional advantage in the cost. That is one thing. Second thing, you asked about the quality. Miraj, we incidentally are the only company, as I was saying, that we offer 3 years warranty, not warranty, guarantee rather, for any breakage, any color distortion, so on and so forth, for our product. And that without even a single penny additional cost. And that we are able to offer just because of one very basic reason. One is that the designing. I do a lot of designing myself on CAD/CAM, etc., and we do a lot of R&D in the product side. So we ensure that the product is robust, number one. Number two, whatever mix of recipe that we do, we ensure that it's got all the ingredients to sustain quality, durability, color, gloss, strength, finish, etc. over a period of time. And I was mentioning it to Himani because you joined a little late. That's for 2 decades. Also, even if you to keep it outdoor, I'm not saying indoor, keep it near seashore, etc., outdoor, and you'll be delighted that this product will not tear, wear, or anything, nothing, it will not break. Okay? All that can happen is probably it becomes a little rough, the color might go down and so on and so forth, but still be usable. So this is a beauty without compromising the quality. This is where, our biggest strength comes, Miraj, that today, the moment we scale up our operations for recycling, I am absolutely confident and sure that, and I was mentioning because you joined a little late, that I said, we are the only company in the furniture industry and across India who have got this integrated process system from post-consumer to the final product, from B2B to B2C. Both we do. Because we are on online presence also, we are offline presence also. So as we go on scaling it, 2 advantages that will give me, I will become predatory in my pricing when it comes to the final product because I'll be cheaper. Number 2, because of the scale of my operations, of my recycling, I will not only be able to consume and reduce my cost, but I will also be able to offload a quantity of material to other suppliers and other manufacturers, let's say white goods, consumer goods, and so on, so products, etc., who are actually using recycled plastic. We are also, for past 2 decades or so, we are used to doing compounding, and we are reasonably good. Let's say compounding means creating colors. If you require a green color, you will ensure, or orange color, we will ensure that, across lifetime of the product or the company, you will get the orange color itself. So that's the creation of recipe that we are expert at that. So now what we're trying to do is, the third thing that we will add on over a period of time is to do compounding ourselves and give that premix. It's like Bagh Bakri chai, premix, tea sachet kind of thing. You just offer premix to other people. All right, just put it in your machine and use it. You don't have to go through the process of setting up the color side and all the things. So this is the kind of expertise that we have. We are still to monetize and deploy that as and we keep evolving, as and when we keep growing. I can only tell you that we will only see the upside of this company from the standpoint of the number 1, sale of furniture, number 2, sale of this recycled material, number 3, compounding. So these are the verticals that we're looking at.
Understood. That's quite a detailed highlight, sir. And just one more thing. From the current volume that we are producing, how much would be from the recycled, would be from virgin polymer, if you could, and what do you aspire to take this to?
Yeah, as I said, let's say 8,000 metric tons per annum is my consumption, of which 30% is absolutely, virgin polymer that comes from Reliance, IOC, Baruch, and so on and so forth. And rest of the metal, 5,500 tons or so, we were actually buying from post-industrial recyclers. Now that entire thing, we will convert into our post-consumer from our in-house capacity itself. We are in the process of doing that. So today, whatever we are producing, last month we did about 228 tons or so. Actually, we have a capacity of more than 300 tons, not 300 tons. 300 tons is what we have declared or we have said, but our production capacity is much more than that. We have already, because what we're trying to do is we're not waiting. We are going on adding equipment and machines and auxiliaries to ensure that everything keeps up and running and going. And because there's a lead time also, and we do not want to waste time, because as usual, the Indian market is absolutely up and brimming and running. Though the consumer buoyancy has not been that great, but still, reasonably good. From that standpoint of view, we believe that up to, let's say, even if 8,000 metric ton I'm consuming, over a period of time, I will expand my furniture capacity, take it to maybe 12,000 metric tons. So of which 70%, whatever I produce, will get self-consumed. So that is the advantage we have. And we will continue to, as and we scale up our operation or increase our capacity, we'll continue to add that.
Understood. Yeah, that's it from my side, sir. Thank you for answering my questions, and all the best for the future. There seems to be a lot of potential in this segment as you speak. All the best, sir.
Thank you, Miraj. I totally agree with you. It's not the question of my running the company. I would say that, we are in a public domain. We've been for past 2 decades. We are available online. We are available offline. So if at all anybody were to take a dipstick study and understand what category we are into, how we are serving the society, nation, do we have a complete SKU range, etc. And this integrated process system, which has got a great synergy with our operations, does it make sense and all the things? Then there will be great delight. Miraj, it will be eye-opener. People say, oh my God, ye kya kar rahe hain aap log? Achha, this is amazing. And this is how, if you are doing it, over a period of time, you can go on replicating this model to a lot of places, etc. It's just a matter of, let's say scaling it up. It's just a matter of optimizing the entire system and processes. And Himani was asking me, Vishnuji push rahe the, what about funds and all this thing? I'm only saying, all right, we certainly require CapEx. We require funds to ensure that, because internal accruals are not good enough. And I was also mentioning we are very low on the long-term debt, which is less than 1.75 crore. It reflects 2.75 crore, but, this is for other items, so machine loan is only 1.75 crore, which means, we can leverage our debt. We can leverage market also. We can leverage whatever we can, instruments over a period of time. So what we're trying to do is, we're not being greedy, but we are trying to be sustainable company. We might be a little slow on certain operations or certain head start, but we are doing it in a very, very robust fashion so that over a period of time, as and when company grows, it is standing tall. You can have it, Raj.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. All the best for the future, sir. And I'll speak to you again. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Raj from Arja Partners. Please go ahead.
Hello, I'm audible.
Hi, Raj.
Yeah. So I wanted to know how much is your outlook for FY24, sir?
FY24, what is the output?
What is the outlook? Yes, outlook, business outlook.
Outlook. Raj, we are very positive because I think in the last 2 decades, this is for the first time the kind of euphoria, the exuberance we have, or even the energy that we have in the factory is palpable. It's very different. And for a simple fact, from post-consumer plastic to an integrated company, and the only one in the country. Okay. So I believe that sky is not the limit for us. We are doing anything and everything, onboarding manpower, people. And, Deepika was asking me, I told her that we will also set up a warehouse, etc. So we are trying to deploy and all this thing. Whatever, sometimes you feel 365 days is 1 year. But, we feel 365 days goes up every day. It's like running very fast. We don't even know how weeks and days and months passes by, pretty fast. So we believe that over a time, and then we have people deployed. So we are looking forward to a very robust growth. We do not want to rest our laurels and say we did 10%, 20% growth, because right now, fortunately, there is a 15% growth in India itself. I'm also National President of Furniture Manufacturers Association. So across country, I know everybody who are sitting what they're doing. And I also know my strengths for that matter. So all I need to do is just reach out to the demography and geography. All right, wherever we are doing reasonably well. But all those opportunities that exist where we have not gone, let's say we started with West Bengal, we started doing well, we started in Jharkhand, we started doing Karnataka, we started doing Tamil Nadu. Now we're opening up in Andhra, Telangana, Odisha, and so on and so forth. Maharashtra, we're opening very aggressive way. I used to have my own office in Bhiwandi some time back, but then we withdrew for some reason. So over a period of time, I believe wherever we will place our product, and the beauty about this company's product is, Raj, that not only online we are accepted very well, offline we are accepted, and I was mentioning this, कि श्रीनगर में माल मिलेगा, भुज में मिलेगा, बॉम्बे मिलेगा, बड़ौदा मिलेगा, या you talk about any Bangalore, talk of any place, our product is available. And the beauty about that is that, let's say everywhere the palate, the taste is different. But for our product, the acceptability is universal everywhere. So that's the beauty. So we'll certainly do a good job this year, rather, FY24.
Understood. और एक क्वेश्चन ये था कि ये जैसे आपके पीयर्स है सेलो एंड सब, तो उनकी प्रोडक्ट्स जो है और आपकी प्रोडक्ट जो है वो एट पार है, आप कह रहे हो?
नहीं एट पार नहीं, मैं बताता हूँ देयर आर टू थिंग्स. वन इज, लेट्स से प्राइस की बात करते हैं, so I was mentioning that we are 40% cheaper than that. And one of the primary reasons for that is without compromising the quality and the aesthetic as it look, because we offer a bouquet product. हमारे आप अगर जो लेते if you were to buy milky white or orange, green, etc., you'll get that also. You'll get brown and black and blues and so on and so forth. So 150 SKU plus that we offer. So we are able to actually give them a tough competition, and not one company but almost all these companies. So they are actually having some trouble time with us because they feel this company is very aggressive. It is just that probably we need to reach out over their time. So we don't compromise the quality. And Himani was asking me, and I told her that in case if I were to be, let's say on my product, if you place that brand with any top-notch brand of any company or any country for that matter, suddenly the price will be 40-50% more because the aspect and quality is so good. Okay, so it is just two things: deep distribution and branding. These things will help us a lot over a period of time to scale up our operation, and that will also enable us to consume our self-produced plastic into our operation. So that's how the synergy is there.
Understood. Okay. Thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Hemant, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, Hemant. Good morning. Hi, morning. Yeah.
So can you throw some light on this recycled plastic, from where you are getting this plastic now?
Hemant, this recycled plastic is available so much abundantly everywhere. जैसे आप अपने घर में, let us say you throw milk pouches, people throw cement bags, calcium bags, sugar, salt, fertilizer, so on and so forth. And I was mentioning about that there are 6 million tons, 7 lakh ton plastic India में available है. And there are very few takers for that. There are very few people actually processing the post-consumer plastic. And we want to we are ahead of that. So there is no dearth of material. हम लोग जब we open factory, or our factory is actually 24/7 working, no doubt. And we find that every day people are lined up to say कि सर हमारा माल ले लो, because they want to ensure that this company is consuming it diligently, honestly. ऐसा नहीं है कि we are just not an aggregator. We are actually consumers, and they also know that this company also manufactures furniture and all the things. So it's self-consumption. So there's no question of those people thinking that today they will buy, but if the off season they will not buy. They know that 365 days this company will certainly buy. That's the beauty of that. So I think over a period of time, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा, Hemant, material availability is not an issue at all. It is so much in abundance that there are no takers. In fact, some time back I was in Rishikesh about 2 months back or so, and I was talking to a supplier. I asked him what is the price. He said, "आप क्या रेट में लोगे?" मैंने, "Why are you asking this question? Your product, you should tell me the price." बोला, "सर आप जो भी सिर्फ फ्रेट का कॉस्ट है ना उतना दे दीजिएगा, there is no price." मैंने, "Why?" बोला, "What happens is because these in the hills people dump it and there are no takers, so they burn it in the night, and they're scared how to throw, where to throw, they don't know. So that case even if you just procure it is good enough." So this is a tenacity. This is the advantage, Hemant, that is available. And let me tell you, because this is all recorded and it's on paper, it's documented, and everybody is listening to this, I would like to say that we all have to together eradicate this environment pollution that we are doing, not only just by the air, but with the other means also. And we as a socially responsible company, understanding that we can integrate this process system and use this particular product, we thought, why don't we take the plunge? Today I've taken the plunge. I would urge all others also to, over a period of time, establish some amount of setup system and all the things, spend time and energy, and ensure that we collectively make it happen and make our cities cleaner.
Okay. So if we are carrying this in large quantities, like what we told, 2,500 metric tons per year, are we planning for any rate contracts with some few vendors with lower pricing?
I could not actually understand your question fully well, but actually we're not doing 500 metric tons per month, per year. Right now, I said 300 metric tons, what we had actually declared in December. But then, we have a capacity which is much more bigger than that right now, established. We are not waiting. हम ऐसा नहीं सोच रहे हैं कि let us say धीरे-धीरे बढ़ाएंगे. We are saying, all right, we can quickly pick it up, continue to buy auxiliary machine equipment, etc. Space. We started with 30,000 square foot. We are adding another 30,000 square foot by the next month. So over a period of time, I was mentioning to Vishnuji that, let's say maybe second quarter also you may not see great results, but third quarter or third quarter onwards, you start seeing results happening because, when the integrated process entity gets established and, we are able to use it. So I think it will help us. So I did not fully understand your question, but I think you were mentioning about some quantity. You want to elaborate a little more?
No. You initially you told you will be increasing this to 2,500 metric tons, maybe 1-2 years down the line. So my question is,
Mr. Hemant, sir, your audio is not clear.
Correct. I am not able to understand. Hemant, right now, what we are planning is that, go ahead. I think you are not audible. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So my question is, initially you told you will be increasing this 300 metric tons to 2,500 metric tons, maybe 1-2 years down the line.
Correct.
So do you have any plans to make any rate contracts with some vendors with some less pricing for this?
No, Hemant, incidentally, there are so many people giving this material, they are just saying lay low because it has become a nuisance for them. And tomorrow onwards, when you are walking into streets and in your locality and colony, and wherever construction is happening, you will see that they normally dump these cement bags, etc. It's just not cement bags, cement, sugar, or onion, potatoes. They dump, and the worst thing is they're so scared they don't know where to dump, so they normally throw it to the roads, which is extremely sad. People have to become civic conscious, So I think there's no doubt. What we have to do is, we are also trying to create a community of people we want to onboard. We're actually creating an NGO over a period of time. There's probably thousands and thousands of people. I have earmarked at least, I don't know if I have to put it in record or not, but I can certainly mention that this is my aspiration. We want to onboard more than 50,000 scavengers and beggars and all that thing, and tell them, don't do this. We will give you food for plastic. You just give me a kilo of plastic, I will give you 250 grams of rice, sugar or wheat, whatever you want to pick it up. Go and feed your family. All right, we will not give money because we do not want them to use it for drugs and liquor and so on and so forth. So the point is that, over a period of time, we become so aspirational, Hemant, that in case if we can actually make it happen, then we will make it a movement in the country.
Okay. Sir, I have one question in terms of revenue. Your other income is 1 crore 50 lakhs this quarter. Whereas in the previous quarters it was around 3 to 5 lakh rupees. So why there is a big jump in this?
Yeah, actually what happened, we did a lot of buying of recycled plastic because we understood the entire thing. So we started actually buying a lot of plastic which was available in the market. And we started also selling to those who could consume it. So we could get that kind of markup in that. So that is the beauty, which we had never been doing. We never thought about it. But once we got into this particular field, we realized the potential. We also knew the markup. We also knew the business. So now we started discussing with people and said, all right, we don't need this product at this price. We need it at this price. If you're ready to give, and because I was mentioning that the market's a little muted, the buoyancy was not that great. So people little, let's say, low on the sales. So that's why they say, all right, we will give it to you, no problem. And we bought that and we sold it. And by doing that, we could have actually certain amount of margin to that. So that is how it is reflecting in that particular quarter.
Okay. So this was started from this quarter only, sir?
Correct.
But
and I think it will continue over a period of time depending upon need based, wherever we feel it is necessary, because what is happening is now even in the, let's say, polymer trading also, there's certain markup because lots of imports come, millions of tons of imports is coming. And, most of the time the price volatility that happens. So if we have stocking ability, we can stock material, we can also sell high fees, etc. We can have, various things of the kind and ensure that, the markup that we get can be reasonably good. So we are also looking at that.
Okay. So if I exclude this revenue for this quarter, actually our business is in loss for about 31 lakh rupees. Any reason for that?
Does loss?
Yes, sir. I could see it was 17.4 crores is the expense and 17.1 crores is the revenue.
Okay.
Is my understanding correct?
I'm so sorry. I'll have to see that particular quarter detail to actually give you the reply. Okay. So come to your question.
When I see your results yesterday, it was mentioning that 17.4 crores is the expenses, total expenses,
Okay.
and 17.1 crores is the actual revenue, if I exclude this other income of 1.5 crores. So there is a gap of 30 lakhs.
Okay.
So I was, when I check all your quarterly results from last 8 to 10 quarters, so this is the first quarter we could see negative in terms of bottom line.
I think I was mentioning some time back, probably, I will rephrase it again. In the product category, we had to dole out a lot of discounts and incentives and benefits to the distributors and dealers, etc., which we were not doing. Because we realized that, the sales were a little muted, it was not picking up, were not good. So we said, all right, let's do whatever necessary possible. So probably, in case, since you have done a lot of analysis, I'm so grateful to you, thank you for saying that, probably you are saying that, all right, through trading or through this particular thing, we got margin, but in the operation, we are finding there is a loss of 31 lakh rupees. That's what they are saying, isn't it? I understood your point. So I think, it could be for another reason, because a lot of expenses happened in the investment that went into recycling while we're setting it up. There are a lot of expenses in terms of, let's say, repair, maintenance, to so on and so forth that are happening. So those are all booked. That's how, this particular expense is showing up and profit is a little muted.
Okay. Sir, and my last question, sir, any targets 2-3 years down the line, what will be our revenue margins? So,
Hemant, 3 years down the line, I think we will be a very focused, robust, and company which is already scaled up operations. And we believe that would come through our strength of being in the industry for 2 decades. We understand the product category, consumers reasonably well. Okay, with 30,000 touch points that we have, and plus, more than 6,500 zip codes across India, 35,000 orders that we served last year online. And I think more than 5 crore consumers that exist in the country. So we believe that, over a period of time, we as a company have a great future in terms of wherever we go, we have a great acceptability. Probably what is required is, as I've mentioned, deep distribution and branding. The moment we do these 2 things, and I think, the tides will turn in our favor. And we should be able to deliver a good result. And more than anything, Hemant, once we have this beautiful advantage of, let's say, bottom line, or the cost in terms of raw material procurement purchase that we're doing, I think that will give us an edge, not in terms of the cash flow, but in terms of becoming predatory in the pricing with the peer-to-peer or the competitors. And I think that is what we are looking forward to, the growth strategy in terms of being aggressive, predatory, and in terms of the, let's say, the procurement or the upcycling or recycling that we can. So these certain synergies should actually give us a great amount of leeway over a period of time, and we are very confident about it.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hemant. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any other question?
No, sir, we do not have. I'll remind for the questions. A reminder to all the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 now. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to Ms. Supriya Mathiye for closing comments. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'd like to, acknowledge, thanks to Himani, Vishnu, Deepika, Viraj, Raj, Hemant, and all of the participants who been with us today asking these questions. It also clarifies our state of mind and also gives us a lot of insight how and what others and investors think, or in a, let's say, stakeholders and shareholders think and what are the queries that they have in the mind. And this inspires us and guides us to actually work in that particular direction. So I would continue to urge and request all of you, whatever little that you've been able to contribute or good that you've been able to contribute, please continue to contribute. Please continue to share information, knowledge, or values or guidance, whatever that you have. And we're more than happy to apply that because we as a company, we are working not just for profit, but for, let's say, serving the society and the economy. So together, we'll make India a greater economy, resilient economy, and over a period of time, serve the interests of stakeholders and shareholders. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Kirin Advisors Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.